Meanwhile, tensions have erupted in Imphal after a live hand grenade along with a warning note was found in front of the college gate of the GP Women's College early in the morning. The grenade was found near Manipur Governor's house. According to Manipur police, passers-by saw the grenade. A team from Imphal police station responded promptly, securing the area, while the bomb disposal squad was sent to the scene. The grenade's lever was detached, indicating possible danger. The BDS team successfully defused the grenade at approximately 6:40 am after securing and following safety protocols. The device was safely disposed of at Lamphel village by 7:20 am. Authorities have registered a case at Imphal police station to investigate the motive and identify those responsible. The incident has raised serious concern amongst the public and highlights the need for enhanced security around educational institutions in the area. Joining us live at this point is Major General Rajan Kochar, defence expert. Major Ali Shah, defence expert, also is joining us live. Major General Rajan Kochar, what do you make of this absolutely shocking incident that has unfolded in Manipur? Of course, this could have been, a tragedy. Thankfully, it was averted timely. But what are the lessons that it has thrown up?
Thank you, Uday, for inviting me to this very important program. I have seen your channel has been actively following Manipur since a long time. What is important here is that though this entire delegation was called, all party delegation was called to Delhi, and with the Home Minister, they had a meeting and all, but things on ground need some strong measures to actually happen, especially the security environment in Manipur. We are seeing this incident where a grenade was found outside an educational institution and hardly any distance from the Raj Bhavan. So it is very, very alarming. It actually shows that the security aspect, and if it can happen in a place like Imphal, as you are saying, the capital, and where the security is absolutely you very good there, and if we find that something like this is happening, then certainly it is a cause of concern, because it can lead to a very, very major incident. We are fortunate that this was detected in time, and it did not result in that. But the larger issue remains. See, these things will continue to happen in Manipur unless we address the larger issues. Unfortunately, the focus of the government has been one-sided. I would say that they think that this problem is due to the influx of the people which are coming from Myanmar, the immigrant issues. But I'm very sorry to say that immigrant issues is only a small part of the problem. The roots of the problem lie within, and they are being fueled by these powers who are interested to create instability in India. I would have no hesitation in naming China, and to some extent the United States also. But apart from that, the growing mistrust between the communities needs to be addressed. It is, I think, a high time. I'm given to understand that almost 75,000 people in Manipur have been displaced. They are living in pathetic conditions in the refugee camps. The law and order situation is also not too good. We see this Cookie Liberation Army armed with the weapons moving on all over the area, unchecked. There are so many videos I get to see coming from Manipur, showing a large number of insurgent activities, and what happens to the suspension of Operations Act. That was to be a instrumental act which ensured that no such movement of insurgents could take place in large numbers and with weapons. So what we are seeing is, and we also get to debate on your channel the role of Assam Rifle, the law of other law enforcement agencies, and how helpless the Chief Minister comes out in front of the governor telling him that, okay, give me the powers, I don't have the powers. So all these things, all if you combine into this aspect and don't treat each incident in an isolated form, we must we must, and it is high time. I would like to stress on your channel, it's a need to introspect now, a need to understand that if we don't curb this instability in the Manipur, it can spread to other regions of the northeast. Already we are seeing some signs in Mizoram also. So uh, I would conclude my argument here to state that we need to do things fast, and we need to do things which will make an impact, bring back these communities together, establish the trust. Whatever measures the government thinks are required, they should be taken up on a fast track basis. Uday.
Absolutely. Major Mohammad Ali Shah, let me quickly draw you in here first. Major Shah, this is again very, very concerning since an educational institution was attempted to be targeted in the manner that it was. We've seen earlier also in the recent past in Manipur how a school was targeted. There, of course, the attack actually took place. These are concerning developments if educational institutions are also going to be the radar of such attacks.
Right, Uday. Uday, it is very, very sad that, I have seen videos of students' degrees being burnt and being laughed about. It is from both sides. It's not about any particular community. Now the wounds have got so deep, Uday, unfortunately, it's very difficult for them to come back again together. But as I always say, I'm an optimist. Never too late. It's high time that obviously the government is taking effort. I'll not say they are not, but those efforts are not enough. The efforts should show in results. And it is, when you talk about the education institution being targeted, I remember last week we were in Jiribam also, we spoke about a school which was burnt, but it wasn't ascertained whether it was burnt, who had burnt it, how it was burnt, and what it was. But the cause of the fire wasn't known at that time. So similarly, they have been a huge cache of arms and ammunition which have been recovered by the security forces. I commend them. They have done a great job by catching such arms and ammunition, of course. But the trouble is, Uday, there was a time when I was operating there when they were only the underground factions. Now, even the non-underground factions, even social groups have become armed groups, unfortunately. So they are so-called village volunteers who want to protect their side, their land. But the violence is going on and it's not been curbed at all. I really don't understand. I mean, I'm 100% sure that the IB, Information Bureau, would be having a list of veterans, not just army veterans, but former chief secretaries, former GOCs, former DG Assam Rifles, General Pradeep Nair, who just retired recently from the Assam Rifles. He's the right man to be the advisor there, to actually tap his knowledge and his information that we have currently right now. And you have to form a team of interlocutors who will bring both the parties to dialogue, to talk. Someone who's in good terms with both the parties, with Maitis and Cookies. Dialogue is the need of the hour. We need to get this resolved as soon as possible. That should be the country's first priority. We talk about Chandrayaan, we talk about going to the moon, we are interested in talking about what's happening in Israel, Iran, Russia, Ukraine. Manipur is our own state. Manipur is our own country. Manipur is our own, everyone who has been to the northeast part of India, they swear by it. Such simple, beautiful people, such hospitable people. And look at the way their states are burning. Uday, very few people know of this. The Indian ambassador to Lebanon, since we talk about Israel, Lebanon, Iran, right? Indian ambassador to Lebanon is from Manipur. He is a Maite Pangal. Sheikh Rehman Saab. In fact, there is an Indian army contingent in Lebanon which comprises of troops from all over. They are Maite soldiers from the MNS, Military Nurse Services. They are Cookies. They are Nagas. They are working shoulder to shoulder together for world peace, whereas their own homes are in turmoil in Manipur. So, Manipur is a state which has contributed a great deal, not just in nation building, because as we know, Maricom is from Manipur, Ratanthayam, and the list goes on. It has also contributed a great deal towards international development, towards humanity, towards world peace. So, a state like Manipur, which has just been burning and has been left to fight its own battles, no, it's about time. It's the responsibility of every single Indian to ensure that there is peace in Manipur. It was very heartening for me. The other day, I took a flight out of Delhi, and in the flight there was a Maite air hostess. There was also a Cookie air hostess, and they were working very very well together. I was very happy to see that camaraderie. So basically it comes to a point. A common Cookie, a common Maite wants peace. They all want to live in peace. So it is the design of some vested interest, some nefarious powers to make the two communities, which are very, very good friends, which were living as friends, as brothers for so long, to make them fight. And if the communities fall prey to those designs, then I am sorry, our nation is heading for a very, very big trouble then. So I urge the government, I urge to form a team of interlocutors. There was a committee of 51 members which was formed last year, out of which there were 25 Maites, there were 10 or 11 Cookie Nagas, there were politicians. Don't keep politicians aside. People who are passionate about that area, get them. People who you know, who you can vouch for, will get both the communities together for talks. There was a very good initiative by the Home Ministry about 10 days, 2 weeks back, to get the Maite and the Cookies to get into a dialogue, to talk at least. I've been saying this from last year, from rooftops. If the two communities are not willing to talk in Manipur, let them talk in Delhi. If not, if there is no other place in Delhi, my house is most welcome. I would welcome them in my own house, and we would have a dialogue there. So it's about time. Dialogue is the only way forward. There is no other way. And these differences have to be sorted, have to be kept aside. There have been a history of ethnic clashes in Manipur earlier. 93, where there was a Maite Pangal and the Maite clash. 94, Naga Cookie clash. 97, the Thada speaking Cookies and the Cookie Paites, they had clashed. So it's about time. I mean, those clashes seem like, oh, it's irreparable. But I don't think there's any problem in this world that cannot be solved there. So I'm certain, I'm a big optimist. I think if we put in our heart and soul, the universe will conspire to get it together, to get our brethren together.
Absolutely.
For dialogue.
Absolutely. Stay with us. Let me get in Vicky Nanjappa as well, senior journalist. He's also joined us now on the broadcast. Vicky Nanjappa, this is a very concerning development. This grenade, of course, being found, this live grenade, targeting an educational institution, firstly, also very close to Raj Bhavan. How concerning should this development be for the authorities there?
Thanks for that. The thing is, it is definitely very concerning. I mean, this is not the first time something like this is happening. You know, there's been a lot of efforts which have been made to get both the communities on the discussion table, as well as, you know, try and get some solution. But then the way I see things, you know, the violence doesn't seem to end. You know, there is a 1 week break, and then something really big happens. And as Major General Rajan pointed out very rightly, that the thing is, the problem is that it should not start spilling into the other states, because there's been a lot of effort that has gone into, you know, bringing some kind of a calm and peace in the northeastern states, and, you know, the development activities going in. And so now what I feel is that I think it is time for our, you know, these intelligence agencies, you know, to up the game and also, you know, coordinate very, very heavily with the local police. If that coordination is not happening, we'll continue to see these kind of things which are happening. Because in Jammu Kashmir, when it started coming down, the terrorism, there was a lot of coordination between the state police as well as the central forces. And I think we need to see more of that happening there. And, you know, of course, the trust building exercise, that has to go on one hand, talks have to go on. We have to keep our borders, you know, more secure, and make sure that, you know, these infiltrations are not happening, these arms are not getting smuggled. Otherwise, you know, this is going to be a never-ending situation, and whoever is behind it, I would say even an external forces in it, he is not only, just looking at Manipur as one state. He would, ultimately achieve his objective once it spreads to the rest of Northeast. So I think that is a long-term plan, and so we need to nip it in the bud today.
Absolutely. RVS Mani, surely, of course, an action plan is necessary now for Manipur. We are seeing even educational institutions now are not being spared from these attacks and from the target, of course, of these elements, which is a very, very concerning development.
Absolutely right. And my previous panelists have called out, as Vicky Nanjappa had said, it needs to be done, and we need to have a proper time-based action plan. Yesterday also, a few days I have been saying, let us disarm all civilians. Let all the arms be seized, confiscated by the security forces. For that, you require a unified command. Get a unified command, take over all the security. Let us cleanse the thing so that the environment is peaceful enough for a peaceful talk. Otherwise, every second day of the peaceful talk, if you are going to be threatened by a bomb blast somewhere and grenade attack here or a live grenade caught there, it is not going to solve the problem of peace. And infiltration and other things keep on coming in. And as Vicky and Katur also said, that we are getting into a situation where it is spilling over to the other parts of Northeast, especially Mizoram, which is a neighboring state to Myanmar, from where people come to work daily in Tanton and other areas. So let us get it very focused. Let us not lose. Take control of the situation. Take a grip on the situation. Let the security forces handle it for at least 3 months. Bring it to a level of situation where peace talks can really begin. The parties can sit together and try to talk after a disarmed way, in a very proper way, after proper counseling. A platform should be available. At this stage, it is one step forward, 2 steps forward and 1 step backward is not going to solve the situation. Take control. Somebody, the government has to take control of the situation. State government, the state police has been found not adequate enough to handle this. Let the central forces with a unified command and the intelligence-led operation take over. It is not any rocket science for our security forces, provided they are given a absolutely total autonomy to pull out from the last piece of arms of a civilian, licensed, illegal, illegitimate, contraband, wherever it has come, take over arms, stop drugs coming into the state, because that is the very, very essence of funding all these nefarious activities. Take it over, and after that, a peace platform can be made and peace can come in. Till that time, again, as I say, it will be 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. This is not a sustainable solution, and we have had it for the last 17 months, and it is going on and on and on. So somebody, the government, everybody has to take control of the situation, bring in and also the freedom of movement rules have been suspended, I am told. But please enforce it, because there is always a possibility of sneaking and all that. That 16-kilometer part of it should also be there. And Nagaland is another area which is totally vulnerable. And Manipur is a very important thing, that the NS-74 to Nagaland goes to Manipur. Major part travel is to Nagaland. From Nagaland it goes to Manipur. So it could have impact on Dimapur and other areas also. So we have to be we have to understand the topography and the genre of the culture of the Northeast. As Veda Shah said, beautiful people, beautiful place, beautiful topography, but they are suffering, and they are suffering because of certain myths of which has been spread, and that psyops. The government of India should also escalate the psyops to carry out the messages, proper messages, the government messages, so that the foreign media agencies, the foreign elements operating there, whether in terms of missionaries or whatever it is, or you including whatever way it has penetrated, that also is curbed. Check all the foreign tourist traveling, reinforce the inner line permit and enforce it very strongly. There are several security-led steps which are immediately essential, and that needs to be followed by the government of India. Take grip of the situation, and now it seems the government is losing its grip, and every time there is a 8-day or a 7-day control, once the grip is loosened, there is a unfortunate event happening. So this is the pattern which has been happening for the last 17 months. I wish and I request that it should be a 3 to 4 months, a proper platform to even peace talks has to be created by disarming and clearing out all drugs and all contrabands and all this arms which are in the hands of the civilians. Drones have been found to have been sent for attacks from each other hostile communities. All this needs to be curbed and thereafter bring them to peace. Otherwise, it is going to be, as I said, two steps forward and one step back. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me quickly take that across to Major General Kochhar as well for a quick last word. Major General Kochhar, on the immediate priorities vis-a-vis Manipur for our authorities.
Uday, I think RVS has actually outlined the entire major plan which should happen on ground. My first and foremost, I think the government must rule in the state, because it is a high time that the government of the day has not delivered. How many chances you want to give this government to deliver? And today, Uday, let me tell you, rockets are available, 30 feet long. 100 kg rockets are available with these guys. Sniper rifles have come, assault rifles have come into it. Drones, they are actually using at will. Now slowly they are increasing their power and they are getting all these weapons across the Myanmar border or across the other Bangladesh border also. And the condition or the situation on the Bangladesh border is not the same today. So that vulnerability also the government has to take into account in its calculation. And therefore I feel it is a very important right now to take the bull by its horns and impose president's rule, because any further delay in this, I think we are asking for trouble.
Yes. All right. We certainly are. Major Shah, quick closing comment.
Right. Uday, it's about time that I have volunteered my services several times. We get together, we form, we do whatever you want, but we have to get peace. Saam, Daan, Dand, Bhed, do what you want. But it's about time that dialogue process should start, and we have to speak to both the communities. We have to get them on the table together. We have to get the prominent community leaders together so that the normal person in Manipur, be it a Kuki or a Maite, should not suffer at all in this. There.
All right, let's leave it at that. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us on this discussion.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.